Hi everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Oh guys, it's after 8 o'clock. I really wanted to be on here earlier because as you can see in my eyes, I'm like exhausted. But I am going to be on here. I wanted to go live, but I'm gonna just upload the video today. How are you guys doing? Did you guys have a good week, good day? I hope all is going well. I've been suffering with sinuses all day. Excuse me, today. Just, it's that season, you know, and I hate taking medicine and stuff for it. I only do it when it gets really bad, but you know, it's just the sneezing and, you know, pollen season, I think, is just right around the corner. But besides that, I'm just exhausted and I'm glad it's Friday. And I hope you guys had a good week, a good day, and that these messages are really resonating with you. As some of you have been contacting me, that's good. That's really good. Keep doing that. Sending me messages about how you're doing, how these videos are helping you, and share them with other people, men and women. Because you know the good thing about this, guys, is that YouTube, you can come here and you can listen to the messages, and you don't have to share your personal situation as to what you're going through. You can be uplifted just listening to these videos and hearing, for example, about my personal situations and how I overcame them instead of succumbing to them. Even though it's not easy, it's well worth it. You know, nothing ventured is nothing gained. But the good news is that through my own personal experiences, though painful, um, because I overcame most of these things, um, I can share my experiences with others on how I did so. And perhaps something will resonate with you, and it can help you with whatever you might be going through. So keep showing up, because every day, even though the title is different, it ties in with healing, you know, and I always have a personal experience to share with you guys about it. So, with that being said, keep in mind, I'm not a therapist or a social worker or a counselor, just someone who learned how to overcome and trust God and trust myself and know my worth. So, I want to help you guys with it through my, personal experiences with these things. And you know, we're always learning something. There's always something going on, especially in this world today. Before I get into the title and topic, um, I was kind of like really irritated today because when I went to get gas, normally I would just get about $20. I think I put $25 in, and my tank was just, the needle was just a little bit over half a tank. Really annoying. And then I looked, the gas was like 3.99 a gallon. So it's going up, guys. You know, it's just ridiculous at this point. But that was the just what I noticed today. Hopefully it doesn't go up much more, it starts to go back down. So guys, tell me in the comment categories, what's going on with you, because there's a lot of stuff on the negative, and how you are taking care of yourself. I want to hear your self-care stories in a comment category, and invite others here too, because we need a lot of that today with all this toxicity going on in this world, and they're trying to normalize this stuff. But anyway, and then I got an email like that came to my phone about something that really irritated me, because not something personal, but something that's going on. Like I told you guys, I don't listen to a lot of news. I see it on the screen when I'm at the gym, or something comes to my phone. But I just, vent for a moment, and then I just take it out of my mind. so that I could, stay and put myself back in a uplifting place. So, with that being said, the title today is Stay on a Path to Heal Your Pain. Don't give up on you guys. Remember, you're talking about yourself. No matter how difficult it feels, no matter how the pain feels, like I always say, as a metaphor, addressing the elephant in the room. And if we pretend, that it's not there, it's just going to grow bigger and bigger. That's the issue I had growing up. When stuff would happen in the house, no disrespect, but mom would always say, what happens in this house stays in this house. But guys, if what's happened in this house is traumatic and painful and can just really hurt your life in so many ways, if you don't heal from it, then you're carrying that with you everywhere you go. Even as you grow into adulthood, you carry that pain with you. But when we address the pain, look at it, allow ourselves to feel it, and then we can start the healing process. But how can we heal if we just pretended things didn't happen? We're not addressing it. So that's why I told you, I tell everyone that this transformation within me, it took 6 years to just do the work. And I still have my days where I feel like, ugh, but I heal enough to be able to talk about the pain, to say what I went through without giving specific details, of course, names, places, etc. I don't do that. We're on YouTube. But I talk enough to let you guys know that you can overcome the things that are past instead of not just succumbing to it, but being in a place of bitterness. Because I know I was almost there. It felt like it with all the stuff that happened. But then as I started to do the work to heal and started to interact more with my therapist, I realized that I had to change my broken mindset. That how I grew up and what I was told doesn't necessarily match who I am, and that it doesn't work for me. So changing my mindset to see things from a different perspective helped me to heal a lot of the pain, and it made me realize that if I went and stayed in a place of bitterness, then the people who put me there, they take my power and they run with it and go on with their lives while I sit in a place of bitterness and pain. They go and enjoy their life. No, we're not doing that. So I had to learn first to love me, to self-care, and then to love myself, do that pro and con list to see how much I'm giving and bringing to the table and what others was bringing, and then set those strong boundaries so that I can self-care and heal, start the healing process. Healing is a ongoing journey, but it gets better as you learn lessons, because then you can close out those cycles and close the door, and then God will open up new doors with better people, better circumstances, and better situations. And I tell you, it's not easy, but it's worth it, well worth it. Because then eventually, as you keep doing the work, keep moving forward, you start to feel that inner peace. And when you get to the place of feeling inner peace, you are never ever going to compromise that for anything. When someone wants to play with your peace, then for me, I cut off, block, and delete, shut doors permanently. And the reason for that is because I worked very hard to get here. It took me half my life to get from A to B to C, and I look at it this way. Pain will either make you or break you. Once again, pain will either make you or break you. Trials and challenges will make you stronger or destroy you. So I had to make a choice, and the choice was to do the work and not to succumb, to be an overcomer instead of succumbing to the trials and tribulations. So the mindset, the broken mindset, I had to change that perspective. And when I stopped and sat still and stayed in prayer with God, what I realized is that when I looked at the whole situation that I was going through over and over again for who knows how long, I started to realize that people, circumstances, and situations come into our life for a reason, a season, a lifetime, or a lesson. And in this case, my case, unlearned lessons kept showing up over and over again. As the wheels spin, new characters, different scenarios, same situation, same cycle, until I said enough and looked at the elephant in the room, which was outgrowing me in that room, and I had to address it and face the pain, deal with a whole lot, you know. And then once I dealt with it and realized what it was and how it was showing up, then I started to close out cycles and padlock doors, and then go over here to where God was opening up new doors with better people and situations and leaving the past behind me. People always want to bring stuff up from the past, old stuff and stuff, and then when they bring it up, it's never the way it really happened. They dress it up to make it look like. And I just set boundaries, guys. Because some people want to see you do better and others just don't, because misery loves company. So never allow anyone to distract you from healing or tell you that you're being selfish or narcissistic or whatever. If you don't take care of your mental and physical health and deal with the pain, then you can't take care of yourself or anybody else or anything around you. So that should always be a priority. If someone wants to leave your life because you healed the pain and you're not focusing on them as a priority, and they don't want to understand that you need to take care of your physical and mental health, and they're not encouraging you to do these things, and they threaten to leave your life, in my case, what I do, I just let them. Because nothing is like, if someone really care about you and love you and, you know, really, really care about you, they are going to want to see you do better. Not to be broken down, busted, and disgusted at the bottom of some barrel. They would want to see you do better. They would want to see you heal and grow. You know, if they would even, you know, some people would even want to join you and say, hey, let me get on this healing journey. What do I need to do? You know, or start changing things for the better in their life. No, it's not easy. No, it's not quick like a microwave, but steady is that road if you stay on it and continue to, you know, take steps. What I noticed in my case, as I took steps, God took 2 and 3 and 4 on my behalf as I asked him to help me, because I couldn't do this alone. And what I also realized and received clarity on is some people are not meant to stay in our lives. They are there to teach us lessons, so that once we learn those lessons, those cycles close out and those doors close, because we learned the lesson. They only stay there, and it repeats itself when we don't learn them. So as I learned the lessons, those doors closed out. Those people were not meant to stay. I was supposed to learn something from it. And as I did, we closed out the cycle and then move on. Know your worth, guys. You know, and it starts with self-care that eventually turns into self-love. And then you can set those strong boundaries with toxic individuals who want to, you know, bring drama and toxicity to your front door. You can close that out by setting boundaries. And when they decide to overstep those boundaries and to, you know, say, you know, well, I'm not respecting your boundaries, and they just don't respect it, then what you can do is reiterate those boundaries, guys, and tell people that, you know, I set these boundaries, you need to respect them. In my case, what I do is just cut off, block, and delete. And it's necessary because It's for your mental and physical health. It's so important. Give me one moment, guys. Something fell on the floor. Actually, I have it's not really notes, but an outline of stuff that I want to cover. So just bear with me. Just never give up on you, and never settle for misery and miserable individuals, because misery does love company. Some people who are just miserable, and some people like being there, believe it or not. What I noticed, the ones that I met, they love being in that energy. And I just have to be away from all that stuff, especially as I heal and clear my mind of negativity and all of the toxicity and stuff. Um, Healing the pain will help you to rid yourself of burdens that you might been carrying for quite some time. Once you heal the pain, and there's ways to do that. Seeing a therapist, that's where I started, and speaking eventually about what was, hurting and painful. All those things is an outlet for pain. Staying in prayer with God, writing down what I want to see change in my life for the better. All these things, and doing a pro and con list of what people are bringing to your life and what you are bringing to the table. And if what you're bringing outweighs what they're bringing, then changes have to be made. In my case, I was being subservient, and people were just using me like a doormat. So I had to set boundaries, strong ones. Um, Let go and let God handle the rest, because we can't do this by ourselves. Excuse me. We can't do this by ourselves. I know I couldn't. I had to ask God to help me. But what I did not do is give up on me. I continue to move forward, take steps. I didn't know how it was going to turn out, because none of these things come with a instruction book. But I knew I had to keep going. And that's what I'm encouraging all the listeners today, male or female. Keep going. Keep taking steps to heal. Look at the pain, and as you look at things from a different perspective as you heal it and move forward, and know that you are worth it. Um, God will make you whole again in ways that you won't even recognize yourself as you grow, heal, and transform. And like I said before, once you get to the place of inner peace, you will never want to compromise that. And as these cycles close out, and you feel the losses, but like I said, I started to look at those things differently. Those people were never meant to stay. They were there to teach me a lesson. When I learned them, the cycle closed out, and now here come new things, new situations. God will make us whole again as we move forward, guys. So keep going, keep taking care of yourself, self-care on a daily, things that's going to uplift your mental and physical health, so that you can stay in a place of being healthy instead of broken down at the bottom of the barrel. That is the message today. This is Lisa, shedding love and light. I am going to go and eat something, guys, and rest, because it has been a long week and a long day. And I'm glad it's Friday. So, guys, thank you for being here. Share this message. Subscribe to the channel. And one more thing before I leave you tonight. One of the reasons why I'm tired, and besides working my day job, I'm going to tell you guys, because there's a link underneath this video. I have a new online store, so please visit it and see if there's products or anything there that will catch your eye, and something that will catch your attention. And just browse if you choose to do that. But I do have a new online store that I'm going to be sharing in the links with each video. So yeah, I've been working, and now that that's established, I can take a break a little bit and get some rest and take care of me. So thank you again, guys, for being here. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys sometime on Monday. Don't forget to subscribe and invite others. Thank you again. Have a good weekend, guys.